Hi, my name's Scott Smith. I'm the broker owner at FreedomHouse Property Management, and today I want to talk to you about evictions. A lot of people come to me and hire me to do their evictions in their properties. We charge $450 plus the serving fees and court fees for the evictions. If we manage your property, then you don't get charged the $450. But anyway, the first thing you need to do is get the proper paperwork, which you can get online at the Pahrump Justice Court website. So download the paperwork, look at it, make sure you understand it before you start. I have a lot of people who get halfway through the process. They've already served one of the documents and then they're not unable to move forward. So then they come to me and then I have to start over. So there's two evictions that I primarily deal with, and we'll talk a little bit about those today. The first one is the 7-day pay or quit, which is the eviction you serve, obviously, when a tenant hasn't paid their rent. The first thing we'll do is fill out the paperwork, then we'll take the 7-day pay or quit down to the sheriff's department. The sheriff department charges between $30 and $50, depending on how far your property is from the sheriff's department. And once they post it, so I could take it down to the sheriff's department, say on Monday, but most likely won't post it until Tuesday. So then you're going to have to monitor when they post it. We call Tonopah, a lady in Tonopah by the name of Tammy, and ask what day it was served and what time it was served. So then we count 7 judicial days after the day it was served. Now, judicial day is any day that the court's open. The courts in Pahrump are not open on Friday. So Friday's all eliminated. The most judicial days we have in a week here in Pahrump is 4. And then if we have a holiday where the court's closed, then that day doesn't count either. So we count 7 judicial days, and then after that, we can serve a 24-hour notice. To do that, we have to fill out more paperwork and take it to the court with $51. We submit the paperwork, and if everything's correct on the paperwork, then they'll take it to the judge, one of the judges, and they'll sign off on the eviction. And then they'll turn it over to the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department will go out and serve the 24-hour notice. So that can happen, once again, the day after we turn it into court, or it can happen the same day sometime. But once again, you'll have to call and find out the exact time and day that it was served. And then 24 hours after that, we go out and we change the locks on the tenant's door. Now, we can go out there and do that without the police, or we can call the police. It depends on the tenant and what their attitude is. And one of the secrets to doing the 24-hour notice and lockout is getting the tenant to sign that anything left behind we can dispose of. Because if we don't get the tenant to sign that documentation, then by law we have to preserve the tenant's properties for 30 days. Now, we can take the property and move it to a storage unit and require the tenant to pay for the relocation and the storage unit before we allow them to get their property back. And after 30 days, if they don't do that, then we could dispose of the property. But that gets expensive, and then leaving it inside the property creates a situation where it's hard to move forward on getting the property ready to re-rent. And I don't like being responsible for making sure that the tenant's belongings are all there and in one piece after 30 days. So the best thing to do is typically we'll allow them 24 hours or something to get their stuff out. It's strange, but they act like a lot of times they'll act like they were surprised that this actually happened after we've gone through the whole process. But anyway, we'll allow them 24 hours. We'll change the locks. We'll keep the keys, not give them a key, and allow them to remove their belongings over the next 24 hours. They sign the paperwork stating that they're going to leave in 24 hours, and anything that remains on the property we can dispose of, which is probably the biggest secret to doing a 7-day pay or any kind of eviction. The second eviction that we deal with often is a 30-day no-cause eviction. And as it states, we don't have to give a reason why we're evicting the tenants, and sometimes it's really not an eviction. We serve the 30-day no causes when a tenant's lease ends and the owner wants to reclaim the property. And they might want to sell the property. They may want to move into the property themselves, or have a friend or relative that wants to move into the property. They may want to just rehab the property and put a new tenant in there, or they may just not like the tenant because of several reasons. They're not taking care of the property, they're not paying the rent on time or whatnot, and they want to get a new tenant. But anyway, so make sure that you understand the 30-day no-cause paperwork and get that filled out, and then you're going to once again take that to the sheriff's department. The sheriff's going to charge you the service fee, $30 to $50 usually, and then the tenant will have 30 days to vacate the property. So if the tenant is not gone after that 30 days, then you have to follow up with a 5-day unlawful detainer. So that's another form, paperwork that you need to fill out, take to the sheriff's department once again, pay the fee, and it's 5 judicial days. So there's only 4 a week, like I said, so it's going to take you a week and a half for those 5 judicial days to expire. And then after those 5 judicial days, if the tenant's still in the property, then you go to court with a 24-hour eviction and through that process again that I explained earlier. So a lot of people, anybody can do it, and many people do it, but a lot of people just find it too cumbersome to do the scenario, to get the whole thing done. So they come to our office and hire me to do the eviction. So anyway, if you have any questions about this process, feel free to ask. You can always stop by my office and talk to me. We're located at 401 South Furniture Road in Pahrump, next to Enterprise Rental Car, across the street from local Starbucks. Thanks. Have a great day.